everybody, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Vlogs Growing Up Paranormal, episode 17. Okay, so on this episode, it's not going to be very long, but I'm going to talk very little. I know my last episode I showed you light orbs. I have set up my camera since then, but I haven't caught any. Not to say that there wasn't any, it's just that where I had my camera, I didn't catch any. It was just kind of a fluke thing. But while I was just doing a jewelry video for my DIY crafts playlist. Who knew? If you haven't checked out that episode, go check it out now. So you can see the different view. I'm in my bedroom. You get into what I'm going to show you in this video, and then I'm going to show it to you, a little video, a clip of it, and then I'm going to come back and tell you a little something, a few little stories. Okay, so let's get started. So in this video clip that I'm about to show, I was about to do a video of a necklace I just made for my DIY crafts playlist. And I got off from the craft table and I was walking over to my kitchen counter to take some pictures of it. And I accidentally hit my camera's record button. I wasn't even ready yet. I was just walking into the kitchen. I didn't even have the light on yet. And so the camera was in my hand. I accidentally hit the record button and I thought nothing of it. And then I was like, oh, I shut it off. And then I proceeded to take short videos and a bunch of pictures of my creation for my DIY crafts playlist video that I was going to make with my new necklace that I created. And if you want to check that out, go ahead. It's a nice turquoise summer necklace made out of craft cord. So you be sure to check that out. And it's my first playlist on my channel. So then I went to go sit down to go edit and look at the pictures and whatnot that I just uploaded off my camera. So I know it was just a short thing. I didn't realize. I was like, oh, that's that video. I was about to delete it, but something said, just look at it. I don't know. So I went ahead and I had my earbuds in my, ears. And I'm, listening because I was just I was just reviewing my other video that I made. So my earbuds were already in my ear and I played that and it's like just a few seconds. It's not even a whole minute long because it was an accident that I hit the record button. It wasn't an intentional thing. And I heard, as you play it, you see my necklace on the counter in the dark because I was walking into the kitchen, and you hear, who's wearing that? In a man's voice. And he just says, who's wearing that? And I don't know, it was more like a question, not like, ew, who would wear that? Because I'd be insulted. So I really don't know. I have no idea what it was. I'm like, what? Now, I know that I was listening to Coast to Coast. And of course it was the episodes where some guy was talking about demons and all this other stuff, so, right? But I know I shut that off because obviously I didn't want that going on while I was walking into the kitchen videotaping. So it was really done anyway, and I shut it off. I finished listening to the whole thing while I was crafting. So it's a 4-parter, and I shut that off, and then I was walking into the kitchen. So I knew it wasn't that. It wasn't my husband because he had just went into the bathroom and he was getting ready to go in the shower. So, matter of fact, you might even hear him opening drawers if he was getting his stuff so he can go in the shower. So he was in the bathroom, and it's not his voice anyway, and there was nobody else around. And although I live in an apartment, there was nobody in the upstairs apartment because the girls that live upstairs were gone for the whole weekend, and they only came back as I was editing my video. So that wasn't them, and there's nobody else it could be because it was clearly like whoever it was, spirit entity, was right there, and you can hear it as clear as day. So I'm going to play that for you a few times. Okay, get ready, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so did you hear that? And I'll play it a few more times. But yeah, it was just like, so I just kept playing it, and I'm like, huh. So then I said, well, what's the matter? I didn't do a nice job, or you asked me who's wearing it, because who's wearing that will be me. I'm not selling it or giving it away. And I thought that was odd. See, sometimes I can hear the spirits telepathically, and sometimes I can't, so I record them. And they only come out good on my old Shiba computer. And the reason why that is they need certain metals. Gold is a great conductor for them to communicate. And believe it or not, don't throw your old laptops and computers away, because especially the laptops, they have a lot of gold and copper in them, especially the old ones. I guess they got wise and they don't add as much in, but they still have an element of it in, and you can actually take that and sell that, but you can use it. So that one is actually called something gold. So it actually has a lot of gold in it in that old laptop. And it really works better. I have a little recorder that you can get EVPs or whatnot off of, but because I thought that would be easier than taking that old laptop out. But no, the little recorder works, but it's not clear enough. But when I use that laptop, everything comes in nice and clear. And I believe I explained this on one of my many other episodes of my paranormal vlogs. I don't remember which episode, so, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, a couple of days ago, I caught all those orbs floating around in the house. And if you haven't seen that, go watch episode 16. I want to skip right to the orb lights. Go ahead and look in the description box, because I put the number where it starts exactly in the video. Okay, even if you don't want to hear me talking beforehand. Okay, so I'm going to play that clip for you again. Okay, so did you hear that? So I always end up getting strange stuff happening with the orb lights and voices. And I told you at nighttime when it's still, and nobody has to be really sleepy. You could just be laying there, and I don't have it silent. I have my purifier on, my air purifier. And I can hear a lot of talking, and it's not my neighbors upstairs, because they go to sleep early, and even when they haven't been home, you can hear, and this is not a busy like complex where I live. I live with these woods and a pond, and it's quiet. It's not big buildings and lots of people, and I live in the back, and it's very quiet with woods and a pond. And in the winter, especially because there's a lot of snow here and the wind whips through where the pond is a big pond. So it's not this little pond, it's a big one. And it's just sometimes now my husband, who has no abilities, can actually hear it as well. And so, being that this happened with the voice that said, "Who's wearing that?" I went ahead and said, well, maybe the spirits want to talk to me. I haven't talked to them in a while, or, interdimensional beings as well, and other entities. But so I had just saged the day before. And so I just burned some Palo Santo and Copal incense and frankincense and myrrh incense, and to assure that no negative, entities or spirits or whatnot communicate. And then I said my prayer of protection, and I got out my trusty little Toshiba, and I sat there and I started talking. I asked for the man who asked me who's wearing this. And I said, were you insulting me? Like, who's going to wear this type thing? Or were you just asking or curious, passing by and say, oh, who's wearing that, So towards the end of the video, be sure you stay to the end so that you can hear the little clips, just clips. You don't want to hear the whole conversation. But they do talk throughout the whole thing. And it's me asking questions. Now, I asked to speak to my friend Marnie that passed. In case you didn't know, I explained that on episode 16, my last episode of Paranormal Vlogs, so go check that out. I won't go through the whole thing and bore you with the whole thing all over again, but anyway, she was a good friend, and I tried to communicate with her, and she was new at the whole thing, so she couldn't talk loud. So, and with the CVP, I'll try to make it loud as I can, but you will have to either wear headphones, which is best, or earbuds. But don't do it on a phone, please. I don't care how good your phone is. It's best if you a laptop or a desktop, and you'll be able to hear it better. But make sure you have earbuds in, okay? Because either earbuds or headphone, or you won't be able to really hear them good enough, no matter how much I clean it up and make it louder. So I also asked the Palladians if they're there, if they can hear me, and they said yes. And now I know some people say, oh, they won't communicate because they don't want anyone to know their location, because supposedly they're up there. And now I have a bunch of pictures. You guys got to stop looking at your cell phones and start looking up at the sky. I have a few videos. It's I think below this playlist of my paranormal vlogs with strange things in the sky, of the sun, and I have pictures and so many other things. You really got to look up at the sky because there's a lot of stuff going on up there. I know it's hard with all the chemtrailing. You can barely see. It's rare that you can see anything, but I've caught a lot. What you don't see with your naked eye, you can definitely see in a camera. And I've caught a lot of metal objects. It's always around the sun, and they're up there, and they're helping us, like I said, whether you believe it or not. But anyway, some say they don't want the enemy to hear them, but I think they can do it in a way that when I record them, because they know I'm recording, I always ask permission. I always say, I'm going to record you, and I'll probably put this on the internet for thousands or who knows how many people are going to see it, to see and hear. So if you don't want to be heard and you don't want to be seen, then don't, because I think that you should show respect for spirits, entities, and interdimensional beings, and they'll show respect back. You don't, and they won't. So I let them know that. So I let them know that I'm going to record them. And then I asked them a few questions. Now, I told you at night I can hear them when it's really quiet, and I do have my air purifier on. I can hear noises, I can hear talking, I can hear music, I can hear singing, I can hear dishes and things clanking. I could hear that when I was little as well, and now I can hear it again. And I bet you can too, because I want to say that everybody has abilities, just not everybody's in tune with them. I have clairaudience. I've had it since I was a baby. It can go away if you don't work at it, if you totally ignore it. Like in the 80s, I was too busy partying and going out and drinking and having fun and wearing crazy wild outfits. I wasn't even caring. Not that paranormal things didn't happen to me, because it did. And I'll get into that. And so anyway, I asked if they can hear me, and they said they could. So anyway, I asked, are you talking at night? Is that you from other dimensions or whatever? And then you hear a voice saying, can you hear me at night? Or you hear me at night? And then they say a few other things. And I'll put the clips in. Okay, the next one, I'm asking what their name was. And the voice says Ezekiel, I believe. I'm going to put that one in here right now. Could you say your name and take a picture? Could you say your name and take a picture? Could you say your name and take a picture? So it was kind of quiet, but if you didn't hear it, you need your headphones on. I don't know if you can hear it, but I did ask. So now I'm going to do the next clip. So on this clip, I ask a question and someone says, "Did she change?" And then another voice says, "Don't ask again." So let's play that and I'll see if you can hear it. I'll put it on a few times. Remember, put your volume up all the way and have your headphones, and don't use your cell phone for this. Okay, in the next clip, I ask for any Pleiadians, and the voice says, "Right here." So I ask for any Pleiadians in the next clip, and a voice says, "Right here." I'll put it on a few times. Or any Pleiadians, or any Pleiadians, or any Pleiadians, or any Pleiadians. Now I know that it is kind of low. You can hear me loud, obviously, but theirs is more of a whisper. This is right here. So again, you'll probably have to raise the volume, even though my part of the question is going to be super loud. The clip is too small for me to really lower the volume where I ask the question and raise the volume where they whisper. I did the best I could, cleaning it up in Audacity to make the noise, the added noise in it to go away, and pump up the volume so you can hear it. For me, it's easy because I can hear them with telepathy as well as through the recording device. So just listen to them again if you want, and I'll be putting more clips. Okay, in this one, I asked who was that voice in that clip I put before of my necklace when the voice, unbeknownst to me, spoke into my cam. That wasn't even my laptop. That was my Digicam. And I asked who was that voice that said, who's wearing this? And the voice answers me and says, "That would be me." So I'm going to put it in here a few times. Remember to wear your headphones and turn the volume way up. Who's wearing that? Who's wearing that? Who's wearing that? Who's wearing that? In this one, I ask if my friend that passed, Marnie, can hear me, and a voice says, "Maybe if you come with us." So I don't know. Maybe if you come with us, or something like that. So I'll play it a few times and maybe you can hear it. So in the next clip, I asked my friend that passed, Marnie, if she's here. And she says, "I'm here. I'm here." So let me play a few clips of that. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? So I don't know if you heard that. They kind of have clicks when they talk. It's because they're in a different dimension. It doesn't always come out sounding. Gotta remember they don't have vocal cords anymore. They use vibration and frequency to speak. So that's why it's easier to talk telepathy other than that, but they try. So either, I believe she answers says, yes, I'm here, or yes, she's here. It was hard to make make out what they were saying, but that was the gist of it. So okay, let me get another clip. Okay, in this one, I asked about my cat Butterball that passed. It seems like they weren't really hip to answering my question about my cats. I think they're sick of me asking about that because I do it all the time, but I want to make sure my kitty's okay. And I have 3 other kitties I check on, but he's the one that was really close to me. And so I ask about it, and someone says, close the gate. So they didn't really answer my question, but someone said, close the gate. Apparently, I hear that a lot. Close the gate, open the gate. So there must be some gate where they can come and talk, portal. I don't know. So here is the clip. In the next few clips, I ask who will take pictures for me, because when I was recording this, I was also taking pictures via water scrying. I didn't really get that many pictures. I was too concentrating on the EVPs, so I still have to look at them. But what I got was someone say, we have to cross over there, or cross over there. So I'm going to play those now. I'm going to take some more pictures so you could. I'm going to take some more pictures so you could. I'm going to take some more pictures so you could. I'm going to take some more pictures so you could. Okay, in this last EVP, I'm talking to them, and someone says something that was inaudible. I couldn't make out what they were saying, and it was at a lower level. And then after that, you hear, come back. Because I said I was going to go now. I'm like, I was getting tired. I was taking pictures, and it's very draining when I communicate both pictures and communication, and I was really super tired after that. I had to make some coffee. Um, and sometimes I get severe migraines after that. I don't know why. They probably have to use a part of my brain to communicate, and it hurts. I don't know. Um, but anyway, here it is. Here's the clip. So did you hear that clip? They say something before they say come back. I don't know what they're saying, but one voice, and there's 2 separate voices. You hear one voice say something, and then the other voice says come back, and it's more very, very clear that come back. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. That night that I was communicating, or that day rather, because I could do it any time of the day or night, I got some cranky spirits. I did get some Palladians. I spoke to them. I do have a clip. I asked if they were helping us, and they said, we have to. So I, I don't know if that clip comes out good enough. I'll put it here, but it may or may not. That will be the last clip of the night. So let me put that in here, and then I'll finish up the story, and I'll see you there. Okay, so with this one with the Palladians, I ask if there's any ships in the sky, and are you there? And then I thank them for being there to protect us, because it's more than just Palladians. And they say, we have to. Basically, they have to protect us. That's why they're there. So you can hear them. They come in different than spirits, interdimensional beings, because they're still in our atmosphere somewhat. So this will be the last clip, and here it is. Hear me? Hear me? Hear me? Hear me? Okay, so in case you couldn't make it out, they said, because I said thank you for protecting us before, I said, can you hear me? And then they said, we have to be out here protecting you. We have to be out there protecting you. That's what I meant to say. That's what they say. So they speak on a different frequency They could probably come in clearer if I had a higher vibration, but I was getting tired at this point. So they have to be out there to protect us. So whether you believe it or not, and at this point you'll find out pretty soon because the matrix is failing and everything is showing itself. So stop looking at your cell phones, start looking up at the skies, get tinted sunglasses, you can see things better, get your cameras, get your telescopes, look, don't be scared, and be ready, and don't fall for that fake Project Bluebeam thing, because that's not it. The ones that are coming are not aliens. They're interdimensional beings, and they're here to help. And you'll see them soon, believe it or not. So, okay, let me finish up, and I'll see you in the video. So that was this episode of Paranormal Vlogs, episode 17. And if you haven't caught all my other episodes, go ahead and check them out now, especially my last episode where I show you light orbs. If you want to just say hello, leave it in the comment section. Please like this video, and if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe now. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.